Alright, this is a review of the Montane Sabertooth jacket. I have it in a large. I have a 40-inch chest and a 30-inch waist. The zipper on this thing is phenomenal. Goes up and down with ease. No problems catching. It's got a nice bit of fabric back here that's really durable and it kind of holds its shape so it doesn't catch on the zipper. So it's really nice. It's got nice big pull grabs here, so if you're wearing gloves, mittens, whatever, easy to grab them. Nice belay function with a button so you pull your harness through. For me, this is a size large jacket, so it comes down really far on the back side. Kind of see how the jacket fits. Got the waist adjusters. So. You can kind of see how the jacket moves there. Does turn with you, as you see. It's got a volume adjuster on the back of the hood. It also has adjusters right here, so you can really cinch it down. This stem is, the hood is wire stiffened. The brim is here. So just an excellent fit on the hood. Nice micro fleece backing here, so it's really soft against the face and the beard. The front pockets here have a fleece against the body and then down on the outside of the hands. So I do wish these pockets were a little bit bigger. They're zippered as well. Zippers stay in place, so that's nice as well. Also nice pull tabs on there. The chest pocket comes over to here, up to here, and down to right here. You have an internal stash pocket right here. I do like that they switch sides. Some jackets you'll see have one out here and then one in here and you stack it. But they were really good about switching. So it comes up to here, it's down to here, and then it goes over to here. This pocket actually feels a little bit bigger than this pocket, and I think it's just based off of where this zipper is, kind of thing. So a little bit more functional, I think, out of this one than this guy right here. And the opening on it, I kind of wish these openings were slightly bigger. I mean, I don't have huge hands, but they kind of just fit in these pockets. All the pockets on it feel just a little bit tight to me. It's got an internal stash pocket, which is big enough to fit a pair of decently insulated gloves. I kind of wish this pocket was a little bit bigger and maybe even a little bit lower in the jacket too. Kind of where it's at. It feels a little weird, but at the same time it does allow for use with a backpack, so it does, in that regard, it does keep it high. So that's probably what their design on that was. Let's see. Show you guys what this bag looks like. So this is my Summit Rocket pack. Getting in, still pretty easy to access that pocket. These pockets feel a little bit cramped, so that's a little bit of a surprise for me with Montane. You know, they would have these pockets be cramped right there, but at the same time, I typically don't wear a down jacket unless I'm on belay or summiting or at the summit and I just want to stay warm, or it'll be more of an around town kind of thing. I typically wouldn't hike in a jacket, especially with a backpack on like this. It would have to be extremely cold. The only time I would probably do this would be coming down a mountain. Say I did a summit and I was on top. I would probably have my gloves on at that point anyway. And in that regard, even with this pocket, sometimes what I find I do on up on a mountain is just shove my gloves in there. I don't even worry about putting them in my pocket at all. I just put them in there. They're in there. No big deal, right? They don't really move around. And when you have the waist adjuster and the hem adjuster, it'd be really difficult for these to fall out if the waist adjuster and the hem adjuster are both adjusted, tight against the body. So all in all, it's not a bad jacket at all. But I do wish the pockets were just slightly bigger. Like my hands barely fit in the pockets. So when you're kind of using this jacket as an around town type of piece, you kind of want a little bit more in those comfort areas. The jacket has Velcro adjusters, so you can kind of dial that in. Then you actually have a little bit of stretch here, so you can pull this out, and it makes it easy to pop the jacket on and off. Really convenient. The jacket has baffle construction in the body, sewn through constructions in the arms, and they did a really good job with the overall design of the baffles on this thing. And what I mean by that is the jacket layers really well. This large isn't overly saggy on me, especially with that waist adjuster. It really pulls it in nice. So, it fits really good. Don't have a ton of extra room, but it's all that you would ever need with most situations. And the arms do really well too. I mean, it's really surprising how well they tuned these sewn through arms. So I will show you that with kind of an extreme example, something I wouldn't typically do up on a mountain, but this is a really heavyweight fleece. It's a North Face. It's kind of got that Monkey Man type fleece that Mountain Hardware. That's how they kind of advertise it. With the real thick fleece, really warm jacket. So when I put it over top of it, the arms, they don't even really feel restricted at all. Like there might be a slight amount of compression going on, but it's not much. Compared to other jackets I've worn, this would definitely be compressing more. And I feel the arms feel like they're full, but they don't really feel tight. They don't feel restrictive at all. So it's really nice. And then the body's on point. It works. So for me, this jacket just fits so well. Right now I should probably loosen up the waist draw cord a little bit, but you can kind of see how the jacket fits here. So it's even with all of that under there, this would be really warm. I mean, maybe if you're on top of the mountain and you just snowshoe to the top, or you're getting close to the top and you want to throw the puppy on just that last few minutes, you can go right over top of something really thick and not have any issues. So another maybe more likely scenario, the weather's not all that great out, and you're wearing a soft shell to sort of block the wind. Now, if I had a couple of layers underneath the soft shell, I would get some compression going on, but with this Montane Sabertooth and a large, it just fits right over top of it. Layers up really well. One thing with belay zippers, you got to make sure that they're both down. This is probably one of the easiest working belay zips I've ever used. I mean, it's just, not every time you click it, it goes right in. Really no issues at all. They stay in place. All the zippers just seem to work really good. The stitching, the quality of the lines on this jacket are great. It's just a really well-designed jacket, and for the price, I think I paid a little under $200 for it, but they sell for right around $300. So even their retail for this kind of quality of a jacket, it's really good. And the fabrics they feel great. I mean, they really do feel good. So I like that fabric even if you're wearing it against your skin. So the way I have tested this jacket thus far is had it out on a 14-degree day over my Polartec Power Dry base layer, and it was 20-mile-an-hour winds. I was out at night, so no thermal or no heat energy from the sun, and I wasn't cold. I kind of expected to be a little bit warmer because I had Power Grid base layers with pants over top. I was wearing breathable shoes, so that can make a little bit of a difference. And not exactly a mountaineering boot or a Gore-Tex shoe, something that's really going to block the wind. But wasn't at all cold. Didn't notice any major wind penetration in those 20-mile-an-hour winds, and that would be the gust. Like the average is probably 10 to 12. So I was trying to dress lighter on the legs, just to sort of see what would happen. But all in all, I kind of expect this jacket to be a little bit warmer. Another scenario that I've used it in, it was around 35, 37 degrees Fahrenheit. It was one of those really high humidity days, around 80%, and it was windy, overcast. Just one of those really cold days. It's just above freezing, and some of those days can feel colder than single-digit weather. So, in that scenario, I had this jacket over top of a t-shirt, and I wasn't cold, but I wasn't warm, and I was kind of expecting to overheat in this jacket, and a little disappointed that I didn't. So it's the only thing I can say about this jacket is it leaves me wanting a little more warmth, and that may be because they use the Permaloft insulation mixed with the down. Right now, I feel like I'm overheating in it, so. But I'm inside and it's 78 degrees in the house. And I wish the pockets were just a little bit deeper for those, just more of a comfort thing. My hands kind of barely fit them. I typically don't use my pockets when I'm hiking, other than maybe storing stuff in it. So in that regard, it's hard to knock it and say it's really a major negative because I don't use it. But if you're going to use this jacket around town and on the mountain, then it's that little bit of depth. And even on the mountain, if you're going to pull the glove off, typically I like to kind of shove them in these pockets. That's where I really wish they were bigger because I don't like to unzip the jacket to shove on the inside. If I want water, I get you're holding your water bottle in here, and that works great for that. It's just a really good size, and it's going to hold the water bottle up straight and keep it really comfortable. But I kind of wish these outer, like this pocket right here, is where I would like to shove my gloves. And if you're wearing your backpack, you're either going to have to unbuckle, which is probably a good thing anyway. You probably want to keep that unbuckled if you're on the mountain, just for you want that loft so you stay warm. But just want a little bit more warmth out of this jacket. So if they would have added maybe an extra ounce or two of fill, maybe more so in the body than the arms, I think that would really kick up the warmth of this jacket to be where I would want it. So to do a comparative analysis, I would maybe, I really like the warmth of the Nihilus jacket. The warmth to rate ratio it's phenomenal. And those same temperatures, I would have felt like I was wearing kind of a furnace type jacket. I would be really, really warm, and that's what I look for in my big puffy. I want to be able to put it on, and I want to warm up. I don't want to just stay comfortable. I want to warm up, and that's more important when you're out and your energy levels are low, or something like that. When you're sometimes it just seems so much colder out there, especially if you haven't eaten enough food, kind of thing. So there's always those scenarios where with my down, I would rather it be a little bit warmer than not be warm enough, kind of thing. So the other thing I should say is the overall baffling construction on this jacket. It's really phenomenal. Like there's no cold spots in the shoulders, nothing like that. I would imagine if there's really heavy winds, you'd probably get some wind penetration from this zipper because it's not a windproof zipper like you have on the Nihilus. But you don't have any issues around the neck with the hood. Everything fits and functions really good. Like it's really hard not to really like this jacket. It's just that little bit of warmth that I wish I had. It's missing. So if you guys have any questions about really specific uses, we'll do what I can to answer them. You guys have a good day.